I'm going to go through two different ways to do this question. There is a nice intuitive way of doing it, but I always stick with speed equals distance over time. And until you've mastered using that, I would say it's a good route to go with. So this is the starting point, and the rabbit is running clockwise around here, and then the hedgehog is running anti-clockwise. And let's say they meet at this point. So the rabbit has a speed of 10, and that is distance over time. So let's say they run a distance of x. We don't know. We know the full amount is 550, but let's just say that they've run x meters, and it takes time t seconds. Then the hedgehog has 550 minus x left to run, and they've run at 1 meters per second. So 1 is equal to 550 minus x over t. I've created two equations, so I can make t the subject here. T is going to be 550 minus x, whereas over here, I've got that 10t is equal to x. And if I subtract the two of these, sorry, not subtract, add the two of these, then I'm going to get 11t equals 550 minus x plus x, and the x's actually cancel out, which gives me the time that it will take for them to meet, so 50 seconds. I can then work out the distance. So x is going to be 10t, it's going to be 500, and that means the hedgehog had to run 50 meters. So we're told, of course, that when they met, the rabbit continued as before, but the hedgehog turned around and ran clockwise. So we need to figure out how long it takes them. Well, it's going to take the hedgehog, because it took them 50 seconds to run from S to where they met, it is going to take them another 50 seconds to turn around and get back to the start. Whereas the rabbit is going to be time equals distance over speed, and now they've got another 50 to run, and their speed is 10. So actually, it's only going to take them 5 seconds to get back to the start. So how many seconds after the rabbit did the hedgehog finish the race? It's going to be 50 minus 5, 45 seconds. Okay, I know there's quite a lot to do there, but just be careful, and it will work out. I'm going to go through it in a much quicker way now. And yeah, I'm trying to take that on board. When you have these like relative velocities, you don't necessarily need to go into full speed, distance, time form. So we can actually work out the relative speed, and it's going to be 11 because the rabbit is running 10 this way and the hedgehog 1 that way. The relative speed is actually 11. And the relative distance, or the distance traveled by both of them, well, in total, is going to be 550 for when they meet. And therefore the time taken is going to be 550 divided by 11, 50 seconds. So then we can see that the hedgehog is going to take that 50 seconds to get back. The rabbit runs 10 times as fast, so the time is going to be 10 times as less, which is going to be 5. And from that, we can subtract them to give 45. So I could have used elements of that, to be fair, once I got the time was 50 here. Instead, I kind of worked out the distance the rabbit ran and the distance the hedgehog ran, and did all those calculations. Whereas I could have done it quicker, but yeah, literally you can do this whole question in just these few lines. So two methods to take on board. I'd say if you're struggling with these questions, then keep going with this first method actually. If you're starting to feel confident with them, then obviously this is a quicker method and is worth getting to grips with for speed purposes, and it is elegant.